Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let us go to London. London, England. London, England, for today's daily challenge. We will get double traffic lights and start with 5 motorways, but that's all we receive. It is another crossover level with Mini Motorways. We will build in and around the Thames, I believe. Oh!
Sometimes it's hard to come up with witty Goog punchlines because it doesn't rhyme with anything. That really gets my Goog.
That really gets my Goog. You know what really grinds my Goog? Never mind. Hey, fuck London is something that a person... never mind. Thank you, Samurai Sam, for 2.5 years, 30 months in the Goog troop. Can I get another dark house to put on this No? Okay, fine. Here, do that. 30 months in the Goog troop for Samurai Sam. Thank you so much, Sam. That means 2.5 years of being able to drop all these lovely tier 1 emotes. It's incredible. Also, what are we doing here? These yellows are gonna have to come. These yellows are gonna have to cross the railroad tracks twice, which is certainly a thing. It's a fact of life. It's something with which we're just gonna have to, deal. That the yellows are gonna have to cross the traffic lights, cross the train tracks twice. This'll be fine. This right here is only barely crossing, and actually this yellow house doesn't cross twice, so that's nice. But still, we're off to a rip-roaring start here in London. I think this is the first time I've played the London map. London was one of the crossover maps with Mini Motorways, of course. With Mini Metro. We're playing Mini Motorways. Goog, every map in Mini Motorways is a map in Mini Motorways. That's just reductivist logic or something. I don't know. Science terms. Here, you go that away. We're going to give this house, and actually I suppose this house, the option of serving either the train station or this business, because fuck, why not? It's a good question. Fuck, why not? This was the first time that Sam's run ended at a railroad station. This looks like a pretty busy train station, all things considered. Like, this train's going to go down here, and I imagine it's not going to go too far before it turns around and comes back and dumps another hunk of people right over here. So, we'll see. We shall indeed see. I've got 2 bridges, but I've also got 4 traffic lights, so give me another bridge. The Thames is a river that is going to need to be crossed many, many times. They should have built the train underground. I don't know what they were thinking, Sam Hulkamat. They probably should have built a train in London underground. Hey, how about that? What are we doing over here for this business? This business is gonna... there's no good answer here, unfortunately. Hey, well... I was thinking I would draw a couple motorways, but I'm limited in the number of motorways I'm going to get, so let's not do that. Instead, I did not hear... I heard Excalibur trip over saying Adam Copeland on Dynamite last night. I didn't hear him trying to say Edge. I thought he just tripped over his tongue. I could be wrong about stuff. He could have said Adam Copeland, but it sounded like he just tripped over his tongue, which, happens. Excalibur is asked to promote 15 wrestling matches across somewhere between 2 and 7 shows in the span of 45 seconds every Dynamite. So every once in a while, he's going to mess stuff up. It's true, Sam. I am right about stuff sometimes. Especially when I get a square correct on the Immaculate Grid. I am also right about stuff when I say that the Spotify audio was too loud, so I turned it down. Meh. Give me another bridge. We have 3 bridges. What in the hell is this town doing? That is a lovely question, actually. Like, I mean, it kind of makes sense. You've got your residential district here, you've got your industrial district, but, you know, can we have better connectionation, please? Yes, I did just say connectionation, but you know what I mean. Please ignore the fact that what I said and what I mean are different things. It's fine. Probably. Maybe. Hopefully. Oh, God. Anyway, let me get this out of the way right quick. I have another job today that is scheduled to run all fucking day. And, well, yesterday I had a job that was scheduled to run all fucking day. And it was over by 11:45 in the morning. So it's entirely possible that even though my job is scheduled to run all fucking day, I will...
Samurai_Sam cheered one bit. He said what he meant, and he meant what he said. A Goog is faithful, 100%.
Aw. Thank you, Sam. Let's take a roundabout. I've got plenty of road, he says, about to burn a good hunk of road. Let's actually, you know what? Got to get yellows over to this business, but there's nothing saying they have to be these recently spawned yellows. I'm going to take these yellows here, and we're going to draw motorway number 1 for them, coming up here. And then these two, boop. Incidentally, you are going to go up here and swing out that way. You are going to be solely focused on this. That's going to be great. You up here. Nope, one more. Can do that. So now these two yellows go there. These two yellows go here. Everything, as they say, is coming up Goog House. What was I saying? Oh, right. So my job is scheduled to run all fucking day. But it might not because, you know, that's the business I'm in. You're never quite sure the job's going to end until it's over, and you have no idea how long it's going until it ends. So, I would like to stream Valkyria Chronicles 4 tonight. Am I going to be able to? I don't know. Let's hope so. Hope about many things are over when the Goog sings, including most people's tolerance for listening. But, you know, anything's possible. We could play VC4 tonight. We could not do that. I do indeed sing the George Washington Bridge song whenever I should happen to find myself on the George Washington Bridge. I don't know what to tell you other than blame Sesame Street. I didn't write the song. I didn't put the words to the tune. Oh God, Pling. Pling is an ancient app. You might as well say that I carved it in cuneiform on stone tablets. It's to suggest that I would send you a Pling. 2023. Samurai Sam would like to remember a guy, and that guy is Rikishi. Rikishi is a big Samoan fella. So naturally, one of his first gimmicks in the WWF was Big Saudi Arabian Fella. Here's a true fact about professional wrestling. Rikishi, who's a member of the Anawai, I'm going to butcher this poor family's name, the Anawai family in Samoa, legends of Samoan professional wrestling. Rikishi is cousin to Yokozuna. When Rikishi debuted in the WWF, he debuted as the Sultan, a masked man from the vague Middle East, which I think at some point was defined as Saudi Arabia, but I could be wrong. And Yokozuna, when he debuted, of course, well, his name is Yokozuna. Would you believe it? They passed him off as Japanese. Yeah. Professional wrestling in general, and Vince McMahon in particular, has a long, storied history of being very weird and creepily racist, specifically towards Samoan people. Which, I mean, everybody needs a hobby, but you could get a better one, Vince. You really could. So Rikishi was the Sultan, and he was bad. He was just bad. And he went through a couple of other gimmicks that I don't really remember. The Rock's related to him. Listen, having recently stated that professional wrestling is exceedingly racist towards Samoan people, I'm now going to overgeneralize Samoan professional wrestlers. Ready? If you know of a professional wrestler who is from Samoa, there is a better than decent chance that they are a member somehow of the Anoa'i family, because it's a big family with a lot of wrestlers in it. And they're all kind of related, and I don't know the whole bloodline. That's lowercase b bloodline, not capital B bloodline, the stable at the heart of the storyline that has defined and ruined WWE programming for the last, oh my god, going on 5 years. Good lord. Okay. So Hulkamat has posted an image in chat. It's the brackets of a tournament that was held in TNA. I don't know what this I don't know what this tournament was for, but all right, let's take a look at this. We're gonna actually the Fight for the Right tournament. Here, let's save this. Oh, we get fun OBS action here. We're gonna save this image as Tourney. We're gonna go to my overlay scene. We're gonna add an image. We're gonna call it image because I'm gonna delete it as soon as I'm done with it. We're gonna browse to my desktop. I'm gonna grab tourney.ping. We're gonna open this. We're gonna hit OK. We're gonna resize it so that people can actually fucking see it. We're gonna put it in the middle of the screen and we're gonna hit the fade button. Waboosh. All right. So this is the Fight for the Right tournament, which is either for permission to throw a shindig, you do after all have to fight for your right to party, or it's for a title shot or something. It's a ladder match, so maybe it's for a belt. So up here, top left corner, you've got, Eric Young versus James Storm. James Storm wins, he moves on to the semis. Lance Hoyt versus Kaz. Kaz moves on, he moves to the semis. Next, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, who, it should be noted, are longtime tag team partners, have a first round tournament match. Sounds like a good match, except for the part where it goes a minute 26 and ends in a no contest. Team 3D just ran in and beat them both up. Well, those bastard Dudley boys, they're awful heels. And then, this sounds like a truly terrible professional wrestling match, given that it probably took place in 2000 and... God, when would this match have to have happened? 2006? 2007. Okay. So in 2007, Junior Fatu, who is the wrestler formerly known as Rikishi, takes on Robert Roode, who is, the inspiration behind this fine drop that we hit every once in a while. However, that's roughly 15 years before that drop becomes relevant. So, an older than shit and never that good Junior Fatu takes on green as grass Robert Roode in a 15-minute match. God, that sounds like a bad match. Which Junior Fatu wins. Presumably Junior got injured in this match. And, given that you asked Junior Fatu to wrestle 15 minutes in 2007, he didn't get hurt. What, did he get fired? Oh, they just booked him they put him in the tournament. Oh, God. So they put Junior Fatu in this tournament before confirming with Junior Fatu that he was okay with losing. And then when it came time to book the semis, Junior didn't want to lose, so they did an injury angle or something. And rather than, because both of the opposite side semifinalists are out of the bracket, you could have just said, hey guys, something crazy has happened. James Storm and Kaz was supposed to be the other semifinal match. Instead, now it's the finals. This belt is on the line right now. Instead of that, they put together a match with two guys who aren't in the tournament. Christian Cage wins it and then loses in the finals to Kaz. Okay. All right, fine. Those are some true facts about total nonstop action. Listen, we've done true facts about WCW on this channel. We got a lot of mileage. out of truly stupid shit that World Championship Wrestling did. The only reason there is not a True Facts About TNA button is that I don't know that much about TNA. I never watched TNA. I just passively consumed its content through internet fora, and even then, even just seeing people react to these terrible wrestling shows featuring washed up guys who used to be good. Oh God. They also had like Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle in 2005, which apparently fucking ruled. I might have seen that match. But anyway, we were talking about Rikishi. Let's see here. This is a yellow over here. It needs more attention than it's presently getting. So let's mix some stuff up, shall we? All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take these two yellows right here. We're going to run them down here. They're going to service the train station. Then we're going to take these three yellows. Well, first of all, we're going to kill this road. This road's the easy road to kill. We're going to kill this road. We're going to run these three down here like so. They're going to run up here, and we're going to have to unfortunate angle right into here. So you three service that. That's going to be okay. That leaves you three to service this, which is probably fine, aside from the fact that we can't have any of you spawn north because your driveways would be right on the train tracks, and that's bad. You don't want your driveways pointed onto train tracks. So what let's do is, unfortunately, we're going to have to bulldoze that tree. We're going to run this road up and over like so. And yeah, we just wrecked two trees. So you three yellows are going to swing out this way into this roundabout and into this business. And that's mostly going to be fine. Like, this light blue circle is already kind of mad, but there's not too much I can do about this. So we've been talking about Rikishi for like 5 minutes now, and we haven't mentioned any point in his career at which he was wrestling under the ring name Rikishi, actually. So after the Sultan gimmick flames out, and after a few other gimmicks flame out, eventually, there's this tag team called Too Much, and it's Scott Too Hot Taylor and Brian Too Sexy Christopher or something like that. And they're geeks, and their gimmick is they're gay. Because it's the 1990s and it's the World Wrestling Federation, you are contractually obligated to have a mid-card tag team whose gimmick is they're gay. Also, they have to be heels because it's the 1990s and it's the World Wrestling Federation. I don't make the rules, I just report on the rules, and also to call the rules stupid. These rules are stupid, and yet they were strictly adhered to. Anyway, Scott Too Hot Taylor and Brian Too Sexy Christopher are not very over, and eventually they get repackaged. Now they're no longer Too Much, they're Too Cool, with Scotty Too Hottie and Grandmaster Ssssssssessay. And good lord, I can't believe I said that word in that way, but I'm going to try to say it that way every single time I say it for the rest of my life. So Scotty Too Hottie and Grandmaster Ssssssessay are kind of over. Like, initially their gimmick is they're heel wannabe rappers, but then they're actually good wrestlers, so they kind of just get over. This is what happens with really good wrestlers. They kind of just get over. So Scotty and Brian get themselves over, and eventually, WWE, Vince McMahon or somebody gets the idea. Well, we've got this big fat guy, we've got this big guy, Junior, we want a gimmick for him. We've got this tag team. They're really over. What if we put this guy we want to get over with this tag team who's over? And then the big guy will get over. And as it turned out, it worked. All of a sudden, here's Rikishi, this brand new friend who you've never seen before, who just happens to have the same exact scar on his belly as the guy you might remember named the Sultan, who we never talk about anymore because he was a mid-card geek who got jobbed out and left. Please ignore the fact that he has the same exact, very easily identifiable scar as this guy we formerly told you was big in Middle Eastern. Now he's just fat and jolly and Samoan and loves to have fun. Don't think too hard about it. Anyway, what the fuck am I doing here? That's a good question for all times and all moments, but especially this one. Let's take these greens right here. These greens are going to be pertinent and relevant to my plans. You come over here. You're going to go into this business. That's going to be fine. Meanwhile, these yellows right here are going to get their bridge redrawn, and now they're going to get their road shortened because they're going to get to go this way. It's going to be great. Nextishly, we're going to take you two greens, and using my bridge surplus, you're going to supplement that business. That's going to go swimmingly. You three greens, however, are going to swing around here, up in that away, and down to here. So you three service this business. The 1, 2, 6 of you service that business. One business, one road, sorta. I am indeed still violating 1B, 1R with the blues and reds over here, but don't worry about it. It's fine. Here, we'll take a third roundabout. That'll be Oakley and Dokley. So Rikishi, who is a brand new character you've never seen before, the first one to say the Sultan gets fired. Rikishi is a big fat Samoan guy who sure does like to dance and can also beat the fuck out of people. That was pretty much his gimmick, and would you believe it, given that apparently IRL Junior Fatu is a big fat Samoan guy who likes to dance and can beat the ever-loving fuck out of people, that gimmick resonates better with people than vaguely evil quasi-Middle Eastern guy. Who'da thunk? So Rikishi actually gets over. People like Rikishi. Rikishi wins the Intercontinental title and is part of a tag team, and when Grandmaster Ssssssssessay leaves the company, he wins the tag titles with Scotty 2 Hotty, and it's all fine and good and well and great and all that. We're going to draw motorway number 2 for these two red houses to get up to this business because I don't have a better way of doing that, but it's going to be fine. Good lord, all of the green. I'm going to pull back these greens. I don't think I need all of this green here. I think we've got enough green. I think we've got plenty of green. I also think you need to, no, well, could motorway these two instead of those two. Yeah, let's motorway these two instead of those two. We'll motorway these two instead of those two, point you up that way. Give me a bridge. I've got 4 traffic lights. I've never used traffic lights in my whole entire life. What are we going to do to fix that? I don't know. All right, let's see here. You greens are going down here. These greens are going over to that way. You are a blue business. What needs help? All right, let's take you two blue friends, and I want to do a stupid thing. Behold, a stupid thing. We're going to run the greens on a longer trip. The greens are going to go up and around and over and approach this from the west. Meanwhile, I'm going to sneak around about right into this square right here. You are going to go up and in and out like so. Bingo. Bingo. You go there. This light blue business is angerated. This light blue business just came into existpation, so shit and fuck. It's fine. This is all fine. This is indeed all completely fine. Okay. Now then, what are we gonna do for you, I wonder? For you, I wonder. Let's take, hey, you know what? I've got these two light blues, what ain't doing nothing. And I've got this light blue circle, what's constantly dying. So let's put them together and see what happens. We're going to point these two up and into the roundabout to provide 4 more cars going this way. Next, let's just do this. I've got this blue house. We're just gonna draw that. It's gonna be fine. So what recently made you start always say what instead of that? I don't know. Probably somebody said it on a TV show and I thought it sounded cool. That's how I adopt like 85% of my vocabulary. You blues just made me look stupid because now I have to redraw that. Thank you. That's the guy what nicked me wallet, that is. Yeah. It is kind of how language works, just like as a concept, so I'm in good company at least. Also, this business has gone circular, which of all the yellow businesses is probably the most prickish circle, so good job, I guess. Humans do a lot of modeling, but hey, fashion's got to sell itself, so, you know. Anyway. Such a fucking idiot. You 2 yellows are going to work together. We're going to separate this big hunky yellow right here. You 5 yellows are going to take motorway number 1, actually, and swing into this business just like this. That's going to be A-okay. You 2 yellows, having previously been doing stuff, are going to find a way to keep doing stuff. Probably, hopefully, maybe. Well, one of you might. Just like that. The other of you, yeah, sure, fine. Get on that road. I'm sure that's totally fine. I'm sure the trains will be happy to run pretty much directly over the city streets. I foresee no problems with these developments. None whatsoever. You there, Light Blue train station. Are you okay or do you need more help? I can get you more help. You know what? You're so close and scared. Here, have more help. You there, yellows. All these yellows. You know what? Why are my yellows going west to then go east? That seems silly and dumb. Let's not do that. Let's instead do something smarter. Go east to go east. Go east to go east. Title of the episode. So Rikishi is in this faction group with Scotty Too Hottie and Grandmaster Ssssssssessay, and it's fine and good and well and fun and all of that, and then one day somebody runs over Stone Cold Steve Austin. And, well, you're smart, you understand how story structure work. We're gonna get there. Mick Foley's the commissioner of the World Wrestling Federation at the time, and he leads an investigation and he interviews pretty much everyone, and he eventually discovers that the dude what ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin with his fucking motorized vehicle is a heavyset blonde fella. And it's like, heavyset blonde fella. Interesting. And he runs around conducting interviews and all of that, and Scotty Too Hottie says, oh, me and Rikishi were just sitting backstage waiting for the show to start. Listen, Sunflare Space, that's kind of the intention when people say sexay, is to give people full body shudders. And the main suspects are Billy Gunn, because they're always trying to find a way to push Billy Gunn, even though he's not very good. And The Rock, because he's The Rock. He fucking hates Stone Cold Steve Austin. You cannot ban me from my own channel. It's not a thing. And eventually, Mick Foley comes out on Raw one night and is like, I have discovered who did it. And The Rock comes out and he's like, Mick Foley, you haven't discovered shit, because I didn't run over Stone Cold Steve Austin with my car. That's a bad thing to do, and I'm not presently a person who does bad things. And Mick Foley's like, no, The Rock, who had just won a main event tag match teaming with Rikishi against some dudes. Yes, a dude is literally incapable of being banned from their own channel. It's their own channel. If you want to ban me from my channel, report me to Twitch, but don't do that. Don't actually do that. Do not actually do that. So Mick Foley comes to the ring and is like, no, The Rock, you did not run over Stone Cold Steve Austin with your car. And then he points his finger at Rikishi and says, you did. And everyone's like, what? Because up until this point, Rikishi's been like a fun mid-card tag team geek guy, but, mid-card tag team geek guy. Every once in a while, they throw him a bone, like he throws out a bunch of dudes in the Royal Rumble, or he, goes nose to nose with The Undertaker or something, but, mid-card tag team geek guy. He didn't run over Stone Cold Steve Austin with his car. Except then he immediately confesses to having run over Stone Cold Steve Austin with his car. So, you see, according to Rikishi, he did it for The Rock. He did it for the people. And if you think that my delivery here is exceedingly bad and wooden and kind of stupid sounding, well, Rikishi's delivery of what was supposed to be a superstar-making promo that put him as the focal point of the most important, biggest angle in arguably the history of the, well, not really the history of the company, but certainly the company at that time, his big superstar-making promo was, in fact, kind of wooden and very stupid sounding, and generally bad. Listen, they kind of sort of gave Rikishi the ball a little bit. I'm not going to say they treated him perfectly in the angle, we'll get to that, but they kind of sort of gave Rikishi the ball a little bit with a potential main event push here, and he kind of sort of did nothing good with it. Sometimes we get on the WWF for not pushing talent and not making new stars, and listen, they didn't treat Rikishi perfectly in this angle, but also they gave him a chance here and he didn't do much with it. So this is a true fact about professional wrestling. Sometimes guys don't maximize opportunities. Oh well. But anyway, I digress. Let's draw motorway number 3 to get this little clump of unused dark blue guys over to this business right here. So Rikishi's motivation was to help The Rock by running according to Rikishi, his motivation was to help The Rock because he knew that The Rock, who himself is half Samoan, would never get a fair chance in the WWF as long as they had a lily white champion like Stone Cold Steve Austin behind whom they could rally at any given moment. As is always the case in the World Wrestling Federation, whenever a person of color suggests that racism might play a factor in something, the person of color is the heel. So, The Rock basically calls Rikishi a stupid motherfucker for doing this dumb thing and disavows any association with him. And Rikishi's like, well, fine, fuck you then! And he beats the ever-loving fuck out of The Rock. Shotgun Splicer, we're talking about Rikishi, who once in storyline ran over a man with his car. It's a true fact about professional wrestling. So, Rikishi turns heel and gets boring new music about how he's a bad man doing bad things, just in case you were confused about the fact that Rikishi, previous fun-loving dancing fat guy, is now a bad man. He is indeed a bad man doing bad things. I believe one of the lines in his theme song is literally, dress amongst thieves and crooks. It's a true fact. Subware Space did also try to ban me from my own channel because I kept mentioning Scotty 2 Hotty's tag team partner, Grandmaster Ssssssssssessay. I didn't know what to tell you. That was the man's name. That was his partner. It was Scotty 2 Hotty and Grandmaster Ssssssessay. Too cool. Listen. We can remember a guy, Grandmaster Ssssssessay, some other day. It's going to be an even sadder story than the story of Rikishi. So, you have that to look forward to. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull some of these yellows away from this train station because the train station does not need this many yellows. It just doesn't. We're going to pull all of these yellows who were previously not doing anything. We're going to put them on motorway number 4. Motorway number 4 is going to come all the fucking way down here and support the yellows over here who can't do their fucking job. Get over here, get into the business, save this yellow circle. It's gonna be fine. So Rikishi and The Rock have a feud or whatever, and they beat the crap out of each other. And then, as eventually happens when you recover from the neck surgery that was covered for by being written out of storyline by being run over by a car, Stone Cold Steve Austin returns from injury. And he's very mad at Rikishi, given that Rikishi, kind of ran him over with his car. On the other hand, Rikishi's an enormous fella, right? He is, as recently stated, a bad man. One would think, hey, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Rikishi with a blood feud, essentially? This is a great, hot program. Let's milk this for as many pay-per-view matches as we can. Well, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Rikishi have exactly 0 pay-per-view matches against one another. For you see, Stone Cold Steve Austin comes back on a pay-per-view and chases after Rikishi and beats the ever-loving fuck out of him. But I don't think it was a match. I think it was just a Stone Cold's back and he's coming for Rikishi, by God! kind of situation. And listen, every once in a while you need a Stone Cold's back and he's coming for Rikishi, by God! type of situation. But eventually you'd like to think that if your goal is to make Rikishi into a big new star, you're gonna actually have him do stuff or win matches against Stone Cold, and that didn't actually ever happen. They just had Stone Cold beat the ever-loving fuck out of Rikishi a few times. Like I said, Rikishi didn't exactly run with the ball here, but at a certain point they stopped blocking for him, to continue the football analogy. We're gonna have to use our last motorway here, getting these light blues. Actually, let's try this, actually. We've got this roundabout. We've got 4 light blues on this road. We can sort of pretend that these light blues are enough to get over that away, can't we, friends? Yeah, let's do that. This is all fine and good. It is both fine and good. You do that. Help out. Okay. This red right here, very angry. Understandable. I get it. I'm hip happening and with the people. I understand why they might be mad. So, let's do something about it. What is the thing we're gonna do about this thing? Let's take, you know what I want to do? This road right here has so many red dudes on it. What if we were to repositionalize all of the and again, what is servicing this business? This business up here is being serviced by motorway number 2. That doesn't actually need to happen, because I can just draw this atrocious looking road. This atrocious looking road is going to pull 1, 2, 3, 4 red houses to support this business. That means that these 2 reds here on motorway number 2 don't need to go here. Instead, they can go here. That's going to solve everything. Right? Right? It might not solve everything. So Stone Cold Steve Austin and Rikishi have a fight, and Stone Cold decisively wins it. And then, there's a 6-man Hell in a Cell match where Rikishi gets thrown off the top of the cell into a pickup truck full of wood chips. It's a true thing that happened. They sold it as a scary death bump, the likes of which had never been seen again or previously or whatever. It was Rikishi getting thrown off of... Listen, he took a 10, 15, 20-foot fall or whatever into a pickup truck bed full of wood chips. So, listen, it's not the kind of thing I'd like to do, but if I was getting paid a bunch of money, I'd probably do it. Anyway, so Rikishi takes a scary looking bump or whatever, and it's cool, it's fun. You can look it up. It's neat. Big fat guy fall, make big just, imagine a big fat guy falling from a fair height into a bunch of wood chips. You would imagine the wood chips going all off, right? Well, good news. They went all pff. It was funny. It was good. It wasn't supposed to be funny, but anyway. And then, Rikishi's heel push kind of peters out, and he works a tag team with Haku and all that, and it was fine and good. It was whatever. It was all right. It was solid. And, he continues as a mid-card guy for a while, and he eventually turns back babyface, and then he's once again back to being the dancing, lovable fat guy. He just loves to have fun, folks. Hey, remember that time he ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin with his fucking car? One last little denouement about the fact that he ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin with his fucking car. So you remember how this angle was supposed to get Rikishi over as a big main event, threatening type world champion contender sort of dude? Well, actually, it turns out that when he said that he did it for The Rock because of racism, he was lying, and he actually did it for Triple H because money. Yeah. Once they realized that Rikishi wasn't going to make it as a main eventer, they decided to shift all the heat from the angle onto Triple H. So now it was essentially Triple H who ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin with a car. He just hired Rikishi to do it, which, okay. Incidentally, this business up here kind of fucked. So let's take these two dark blue guys, swing them into the train station like so, and borrow these over here to save that. Also, this business kind of fucked. Let's draw these up here to save that and not worry about how the problem is actually traffic flow and bridge construction, and yeah, this bad. Anyway, also the business died, so there's that. One last fact about Rikishi, and here is a true fact about Rikishi. Like 5 years or so ago, I was at an independent wrestling show in New York City. It was, WrestleMania weekend. We were in Manhattan. It was fun. And Rikishi passed me in the bathroom. I ran into him in the bathroom. He cut in line. Man, very much needed to poop. It's a true fact about professional wrestling. One time I saw Rikishi in a bathroom. He was polite, or at least as polite as a person could be when one is using one's star power to cut the line in a men's room in front of people who really want to poop because you too also really want to poop, but you have places to be. It's a true fact. Anyway, top 5% in the world, but not good enough to beat Samurai Sam. Congratulations, Sam. Drop those Samurai Slams in the chat if you've got them. All right, where's that Wordle button? Right over here. Bing, bang, boom. Now, sadly, I can't think of a single 5-letter word to relate to Rikishi. Rikishi is a 7-letter word. Samoa is a bad guess, but, it's not on the word list. It's a place. Dance. There you go. He's a big fat guy. What loves to fucking dance. Dingo boone around, and whatever his theme song sounded like. Thong. Oh, I can't believe I've talked about Rikishi for 25 minutes without describing Rikishi's most famous move. He shoves his ass in people's face. That's the other thing about Rikishi. He shoved his ass in people's face, like a lot. He wrestled in. Anyway, it could be pinch. It could absolutely be pinch. It's not. It could have been. We found an H, so it could be lunch. Could be lunch. There's nothing saying it. Well, I've got a hunch that it could be. It could be hunt. No, okay. Well, I've got a bunch of words that rhyme with unch, so it's bunch. It's bunch. Thank God. If it wasn't bunch, it could have been munch, and if it wasn't munch. That's the way we became the Wordle Bunch. Anyway, only green letters. That's true. That's true. I did that. Yay for me. All right. Yesterday's Immaculate Grid featuring the eliminated from the playoffs Milwaukee Brewers and the advancing in the playoffs. We got a lot of playoff teams here, and also the Cincinnati Reds. Bang, fuck it. Oh, let's see here. All right. So we need Reds, Brewers, Twins, Blue Jays, Rays, and most valuable players. All right, let's do this one first. A person who won the MVP for the Cincinnati Reds. Good God. Maybe Johnny Bench? I think Pete Rose might have. I don't think Joe Morgan did. Other than that, Adam Dunn ever win? No, Adam Dunn would never win the MVP. Joey Votto! Joey Votto won the MVP one time, didn't he? I think he did. He did indeed win the MVP one time. Good for him. Joey Votto, pleasant Canadian gentleman, good at baseball. Every single one of those old dudes I mentioned won it, including the dude I said hadn't actually won it. So, good on me. Well done, comma, the underscore Goog. All right, a Milwaukee Brewer who won the most valuable player. That's Ryan Braun won an MVP with the Brewers, didn't he? Yeah, he must have. He certainly did. Absolutely. Cool. A Minnesota Twin who won the MVP. Joe Mauer? I think Joe Mauer won the... Well, would Joe Mauer have won the MVP? Wait, didn't Justin Morneau win it one year? I think Justin Morneau won it one year where it should have gone to another guy. That sounds right. That tracks with my memory of things. Hey, Justin Morneau! As you can see from his photo, Justin Morneau, just an exceedingly charismatic individual. All right, now we get to the harder parts, because fuck all of these teams. Yeah, Joe Mauer was really fucking good. Was really good. All right, let's see here. A Tampa Bay Ray. Who the fuck remembers anyone who plays for the fucking Rays? Come on now. Sadly, Sunflare Space, Pedro is nowhere to be found here. Good gravy. A Tampa Bay Ray who played for the Cincinnati Reds. Huh. I don't fucking know. Tampa Bay Ray for the Milwaukee Brewers is... actually, I got one for this one. Was Gary Sheffield away? No, I'm conflating Gary Sheffield and Greg Vaughn. But wait, Greg Vaughn was a Brewer. Haha! Greg Vaughn! Yeah! Yeah! All right, I got one. Now I need a Ray who was also a Twin. Fuck. Scott Kazmir was a Ray, but his comeback... I don't think it was with the Twins or the Reds. Shit. Was Brandon Phillips a Ray? I don't think Brandon Phillips was a Ray. I think he went Reds, Angels, Red Sox. The Rays and Twins had a big trade before 2008 featuring dudes I've definitely heard of. Matt Garza. May or may not have been in that trade, but I just thought of him. Okay. Good pull, Goog. Thank you, Sam. Was Matt Garza in that trade? I think Matt Garza for Delman Young. Oh, God, Delman Young. Is Delman Young a Red? No. But do you know who was? Oh, center fielder threw his glove. It was... No, wait, I'm conflating Niger Morgan and Elijah Dukes. God damn it. That's a thing a normal person does every day, is confuse Niger Morgan and Elijah Dukes. Those are two very NXT names, now that I think of it. But anyway. Oh, God. All right. Let's see here. The Blue Jays. Blue Jays should be easier. Given that Paul Molitor fits both of these squares, it is in fact easier. So let's do that. A Toronto Blue Jay who also played for the Cincinnati Reds. I don't think Aaron Harang was a Blue Jay. There was a meme on a forum Hulkamat and I were on back in the day about how Delman Young went like 2 months without taking a walk. And then he finally did. Blue Jay who was a twin. I don't think Roberto Alomar was a twin. I also do think Roberto Alomar was a shitbag, so... Well, present tense. I don't think... Yeah, present tense shitbag. Chuck Knobloch was never a Blue Jay. Kirby Puckett was never a Blue Jay. He's a past tense shitbag in the sense that he died, not that he reformed or anything. Let's see here. Roger Clemens was never a twin. Jesus Christ. Ken Griffey Jr. was never a Ray or a Blue Jay. Adam Dunn was never a Ray or a Blue Jay. The Reds and Blue Jays had a big trade in 2013. I kind of refuse to believe that the Reds and Blue Jays ever had good players at the same time, but go off. God. Johnny Bench was never a Blue Jay. Pete Rose was never a Blue Jay. Joe Morgan was never a Blue Jay. Son of a bitch. Homer Bailey was never a Blue Jay, or a Ray for that matter. I also have to find Rays. Oh, good God. Ryan Freel? Was Ryan Freel a Ray? Yeah, No, I think Ryan Freel was just a career Red by happenstance. Or was... Oh, you know what? Bang, fuck it. Show's 51 minutes old. Ryan Freel. Think bats. Jose Batista. Was Jose Batista a Red? I don't think Jose Bautista was a Red. Anyway. Ryan Freel was a Red and a Ray, right? He was not. I was wrong about stuff. Sad times. Was Jose Bautista... Sam, don't hit the rip. That wasn't really what I was getting at. But let's find out if Jose Bautista was a Red. Jose Bautista was not, in fact, a Red. Sad times. I've already burnt Justin Morneau, who was not, in fact, a Blue Jay, I think. Twins and Blue Jays. Good God. The goodest of gods. Fuck me, dude. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is a career Blue Jay. Miguel Sano is a career Twin. Shit. Johan Santana was never a Blue Jay. I feel like Rockies and Rays might be even harder, but I don't know. I just pulled that out of thin air. Diamondbacks and Rays. There you go. But yeah, fuck Reds and Rays. I mean, the Rays have only existed for 25 years. This isn't fair. Now, granted, I've been alive for all 25 of those years, so... Anyway, Jeepers Creepers, I can't even come up with a bullshit guess. Let's say that I was wrong about Brandon Phillips not having been a Ray. I don't think I was wrong about that, but hey, I was right that I was wrong about that. Good for me. All right, who the fuck? Ryan Freel was a Blue Jay. Oh, Edwin Encarnacion. Okay. Jose Barrios, very good pitcher for the Minnesota Twins. Got lifted after 3 innings last night for reasons that I'm sure made sense to the Blue Jays, and then let the Twins win the game, but also the Blue Jays didn't hit, so it's really the fault of the Blue Jays hitters for not hitting, even though people will get on the manager and the front office for yanking the pitcher, and to be fair, yanking the pitcher was bad and dumb. Jorge Cantu's a deep cut. Good God. Also, let us all remember famous, legendary Cincinnati Red and Tampa Bay Ray career 4th outfielder Tommy Pham. Let's remember, I feel like that might have been... Okay, Tommy Pham has 18 WAR and a career 114 OPS plus. Calling him a career 4th outfielder is mean and bad. How do I hide partial rows here? Where's the hide partial rows button? game. Anyway, Tommy Pham has had a good career, is apparently a shitbag, once punched a guy about fantasy football. He was with the Red Sox. He was bad with the Red Sox because, well, he was on the 2022 Boston Red Sox. They were contractually obligated to be bad. Anyway, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. Thank you all so much for watching, folks. Again, I hope to be back later tonight for Valkyria Chronicles 4, but that is dependent on work and things and life and stuff. Work and things and life and stuff. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Well, Hulkamet did say it's over when the Goog sings, so bye.